Oh boy, we have a lot to discuss. Guys, I'm going to talk very openly about the controversy surrounding, that's a weird word to say, controversy surrounding the last video I posted about joining ONLYFANS, which I did. First link in the description. How many people just got triggered by me saying that? But I don't care, it's none of my business. That's outside of my hula hoop. Yeah, I started an ONLYFANS account very impulsively. And some of you know me, I'm not gonna deny what I'm thinking or what I'm doing. Whether people think it's healthy or not healthy, good, bad, in between, neutral, I don't care, and I don't think I should care what the opinions of strangers who don't really know me are. I don't think that's something I should care about in terms of how I see myself, how I reflect upon myself. It's not based in reality because I have a circle of people in my life that know me, that understand my thoughts, that process with me, that know my behavior, that know my heart, that know my journey. They know what I'm doing currently outside of what I share online. But I just want to share some raw thoughts about what I did and how people responded and what I'm planning to do, and kind of dig in a little bit into stigma, because I've never really thought about it until this situation now, when it comes to people who want to market their body and sell their sex appeal for personal improvement, for personal gain, for profit, which is what I wanted to do, and it's what I am doing. And quite frankly, it's what it was really fun. These last couple of days have been some of the most exciting, most interesting couple of days of my life. I'll make a video about that later. I knew people would be annoyed, potentially, and I knew I could lie, right? I could not be completely honest about it. I could make it seem like a gag or something, but some of the volatility in the comment section was like intense. And shout out to everyone who is able to express themselves respectfully. I think that's a skill that can be learned and practiced and honed and developed. I think it's a skill that I very much have been working on, so that when someone says something that's potentially triggering, or when someone does something that I don't think I would do, I don't react in anger, I don't react in fear, I don't react in volatility towards them. And some people did in the comment section, and it's their prerogative too. I'm an open book, I run a YouTube channel, I accept that reality of what I do. And I'm not gonna dignify some of the negative comments by sharing them on here. I don't think that's necessary. If you wanna check out that video, I think you should. I think it was a very vulnerable video. I think the comment section is really, really interesting. But one of the things that struck me were the people degrading me and talking down to me and basically shaming me. Yeah, that's the word. People shaming me for this decision, for doing this. How could you do this? Have some self-respect. You have no values. You have no self-worth. Get a real job. You sunk to the bottom. Things like that. Go check out the comment section. There's some stuff there. And there's also some people saying, hey, it's your body, it's your life. Good for you if that's something you want to do, just sharing their opinion. Why is it that when I think of people on TV, and I think of famous celebrities, and I think of symbols in Hollywood, celebrities, I think of sex appeal a lot as a part of what makes them so appealing to other people, or as what at least a part of what like empowers them, right? That thin line, I guess, of empowerment versus, I don't know, being shameful and whatever it is that some people are thinking, and whatever feelings it brings up in them when they see a guy like me, a straight married male, decide to venture off into marketing and selling sex appeal for financial gain. Whatever that is, because like, I don't know. I don't even see. I wanted to research this. Like, this is an interesting thing to consider and something that I want to learn more about. And I want to understand the psychology of this whole thing. Not like, what are they thinking? But like, how do I think? What do I think of people that have made it big in Hollywood just being beautiful and exploiting their own sexuality and their body and things like that? And mostly when I think of like how it's been portrayed in the media, when I think about how my immediate friends and family respond to it, it's like, good for them. That's usually what I hear, like, good for those people. But I've just seen people basically just praised, particularly like in the music industry too, for owning their sexuality and expressing it if that's what they want to do. I got some of that response from people, but I also got a lot of the other responses, which is interesting. And this brings up another point. It's so good to not be living for your opinion of me. I'm not in a space in my life, particularly like I was when I was still in my addiction, where I'm tailoring myself in preparation for your response in order to be more comfortable in my own skin, in order to be okay. There's a codependent loop that has been broken, and my job is to keep it forever broken. So I'm just glad that I don't need you to like me to like myself. I'm glad that I trust my inner circle and my team. I'm glad that I look for self-validation and not for validation from you guys. In all sincerity, I may decide that I don't want to do OnlyFans, that it hasn't been a positive thing for my mental health, for my stability, for my sobriety, that it hasn't been a healthy and positive thing for my marriage. I might figure that out, and I may very well stop, right, and adjust and learn from it, but I'm certainly not going to judge myself for wanting to explore this experience. I'm just not. I think there are ways to do things like this the right way. Whether or not you agree with it as far as your values or what you would do, I think it's really, really important for me, and I've been doing a pretty good job being thoughtful about this, to allow myself the space as I discover my new true identity and my authentic self in sobriety, to explore these things gently, to test some boundaries carefully and respectfully of those that are close to me. I'm always referring to my wife when it comes to that. She has given me her absolute blessing with clear boundaries that we have set for this experience. And I've gotten tremendous support from my friends and my family, which is all that really matters to me. And they know, and I know, that I can 100% negotiate this carefully and decide it's not for me and just have an experience in this life. I'm not going to not do it out of fear of other people, places, things. And that's so, so important. But I'm also not going to deny any sort of negative impact that this could have on my life. I know what my priorities are. I know what first things are first for me, which is sobriety and the health of my marriage. And otherwise, I'm just on this spinning rock in this massive universe, just doing the best I can, trying to gently observe my thoughts, engage with the life that I have and where I was planted, grow as I can. I have nothing to be ashamed of. And I don't think I'm a victim for how some people responded as far as unsubscribing and strongly disagreeing and expressing their thoughts. Like, I have a YouTube channel. This is clearly a much more controversial topic than I thought, and that's okay. It's okay for however this is going. This is ultimately what I want, right? This sort of real experience with you guys. So in that way, it was great. I might look back on this and have a good laugh, or I might look back at this in a year in a totally different space, mentally developed more, financially more free than I've ever been, and be like, good for that guy for taking a chance and giving himself the space and opportunity to try something different without fear. Like, I know that I'm not violating anyone's rights by doing this. This is all very legit. And I know I'm not violating your rights by talking about it, nor are you guys violating my rights in, for example, unsubscribing, right? Or thumbs downing the video. So where does that come from inside people that turns people ugly, that turns people angry? Like, what's happening there? Where's the trigger? Where did it start? I don't think it's about me. Fascinating stuff. It's legitimately fascinating. I already have some insane stories that I'm convinced I'm going to tell you guys, because why not, about some of the interesting things that have happened in my first couple of days on the site. I just would love to know your thoughts on the whole concept of what I'm doing. Yeah, and how does that differ for me as a straight male going over to a place like OnlyFans, taking pictures of myself, taking videos of myself, and having mostly other men purchase these things and support me, and they're crazy nice and they're very generous and it's very fun. It's like shockingly fun. very erotic. What's the difference between me doing that and a Hollywood star owning their sexuality and marketing it and capitalizing on it? It's something that I thought was so normal, and then I talk about it on here, and I have a small little pocket of internet, and there's been some, read those comments, go to that video. Some people are very worried. They're very concerned about my sobriety. They're concerned about my mental health, my decision making. They're questioning me really hard. So how does that work, I guess, is what I'm trying to explore openly, trying to explore that. When a guy goes to OnlyFans, or a girl goes to OnlyFans, or when a straight guy is appealing to a primarily homosexual fan base, why do you guys think that's right or wrong? I just wonder how that works. Where are their double standards? What part of this is just so interesting. Anyone wanting to go make money any way they want, as long as it's consensual, it's legal, and it's safe, good for them. I think some people did bring up some really good points, that intentions and motivations behind decisions like this should be looked at and questioned. And I can appreciate the people that were thoughtfully concerned about this behavior in terms of my marriage, this behavior in terms of my sobriety and my health and my wellness. Some people brought up some really legit things, and I honor that, I respect that, and I appreciate that. I really do. But at the same time, nobody knows the conversations I've had with my people. No one understands the dynamic between Jesse and I and our communication, where the health of our marriage is. I think that's all I want to say for now. I look forward to talking more about this when I clearly have established my own thoughts on it better. For anyone who is still here and who didn't unsubscribe because I was honest about that, because I'm trying something that is taboo, apparently, that is very stigmatized, clearly. Thanks for just, I don't know, being human with me and being understanding for me. If you're watching this and you're one of the people that went over to support me, thank you on OnlyFans. I'm gonna give it the college try for at least, I don't know, a month. Just see what I think, how I'm feeling, how my life is doing. I've never done anything like this before. It's exciting, and I don't care if a guy wants to watch my stuff, a girl wants to watch my stuff. I just don't care at all. Anyone can watch my stuff. I don't have some sort of, I am not even the least bit homophobic is what I'm trying to say. If anything, I'm the opposite. Just, I think everyone is great. I respect everyone from whatever background they're in. Another thing that popped in my head, sorry, processing on the spot. Everyone I know like has fantasies, and everyone I know has wants and desires, and I don't know, everyone has that in us. We all seek that, and I understand that there are healthy and unhealthy ways to pursue that and acknowledge within yourself, but I think too many of us just hide the fact that we're human and we have wants, and that's okay. That is okay. I think what I'm trying to do right now is just make sure that my intentions and motivations are healthy and in balance with the 4 dimensions of my wellness that are important to me. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job. My communication with my team and my wife and myself, of course, is top notch. I mean, everything is an open book, and that's really important to me. And I learned so much in doing deep dive therapy about being able to read the signs of when I'm becoming out of balance, when I'm doing things for the wrong reasons. And wrong is a little bit subjective, but wrong for me. So I think I'm doing a pretty good job. And that's good. And ultimately, I'm doing a really good job at doing what I want to do and not pretending it's not what I want to do for reasons that aren't true. I don't want people to see a fake version of me that I have to maintain. It's exhausting, and I'm not about it. As far as things that I struggle to have language for, this is like at the top, because I don't understand what the psychological impacts are of this stuff. I don't really understand what I might consider to be like really healthy behavior, unhealthy behavior, risky behavior. I think that the lines are more blurred for me right now. So I look forward to like reaching out to some professionals and sex therapists. I'm really curious to know what people know about this world and learn more, and then have a more precise discussion with you. I'd love to hear your thoughts though, all of you. What do you think about this stuff? I think I want to do like an update, like what it was like doing a full week on OnlyFans, what it was like mentally, how my body responded to it, how much money have I made. It's really interesting. And the people on there are just incredibly nice. That's all I can think to say. I appreciate you guys though, and we'll see you guys in the next video.